Hello, welcome back to Who's Views. It is Friday the 6th of October and you're watching Merchandise Paradise and my name is JT. Hello, welcome to the show. So this is the second Merchandise Paradise of this particular week here in October. If you were watching the channel the other day, I launched a Merchandise Paradise just a couple of days ago. And here we are with the big news, of course, today's big news from Character Options that there are more action figures on the way to B&M very shortly, indeed over the next couple of weeks. Before I come to those though, I just want to, if I may, please give you a quick update on something from this week's previous edition of Merchandise Paradise. I talked about this. Now this is from Panini, and this is Panini's forthcoming book, Bookazine. Now Panini, of course, are the people that do Doctor Who magazine. I'm sure you all know that anyway, but but this is their new 60 Moments in Time Bookazine. So this is the cover. I was sent this just this morning. So this is the 60 Moments in Time cover. It's available to pre-order right now from all the usual stockists with a recommended retail price of $19.99. It will be out from the 26th of November. So a couple of days after the big anniversary date as it is. And I'll just give you a quick briefing on this. From the makers of Doctor Who magazine, they are presenting their biggest ever publication, a deluxe bookazine celebrating the 60th anniversary of the world's longest running science fiction program. This is a 224-page limited edition which explores Doctor Who's impact on its fans, the viewing public, and popular culture across 60 chapters of all new material. It's edited by Marcus Herm and designed by Perry Godbold. And they both collaborated on the best-selling 50th anniversary book, Doctor Who, The Vault. So that's an update from the show a couple of days ago for you. And I think that looks really, really cool. Nice slipcase there. Looks very, very nice. So yeah, available to pre-order. So I just thought I'd throw that one in there for you now. But yes, of course, we are looking right now at today's announcement from Character Options and the next set of action figures in the B&M exclusive range. And for this show, yet again, because he's another action figure collector, I am not alone. Let's welcome from the Whotastic panel. It's the Time Muddler himself. It's Brendan. Hello.
Hello. I haven't even got my counselling sessions through yet from the last lot when we were all racing around all the B&M stores. So here we go again.
Here we do go again.
I feel for everybody who's mad on this because we've all got terrible stories about. I mean, I was racing around the whole of the Northeast. I think I did 18 stores in a couple of days, and they kept saying, "You've just missed them. You've just missed them." I feel everybody's pain because we're going to do it again.
The thing is that I always keep saying, don't panic of this, because we used the network. We used the Who's Views network. So we got our Character Options figures and the wave that's just finished from Edinburgh, from Glasgow, from Yorkshire, and goodness knows where else. That's great. I want to just say hello to Michelle that's watching us here. Hi, Michelle. She's saying that the bookazine looks amazing. I hope you can get your hands on it in the US. Yes, you will be able to, because you'll be able to get it sent to you from over here from Galaxy 4 or the Who shop, but also you'll be able to get it from Who NA. Okay, they're our usual friends here.
Do you think, JT, because I obviously subscribe like some people to the Doctor Who magazine and we get the specials, do you think that would be part, or do you think that'll be separate?
I think this is a special one-off thing. 60 Moments in Time. It's a bookazine. It's not part of the usual subscription range, so you'll have to pre-order it, and you can pre-order it from all the usual stockists. But here we are. We're here to talk about today's announcement from Character Options. And we've got the press release here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this and then look at the actual action figures that are coming to us very, very shortly. So it says here, the Character Options team is delighted to finally reveal details of the final Doctor Who collector sets for the B&M stores for 2023. Available later this month, date to be determined by the retailer. So that's B&M as well. These 3 new sets will add to those revealed in August and will be the perfect addition to any fan's collection. And bearing in mind that we're now moving up towards Christmas season, you might want to get these on your Christmas list, boys and girls. Okay, so I just want to go through as well, Brandon, if I may, the quote from Al Dewar here, creative director at Character Options, and who heads up this. We all know Al Dewar. We all know the name. He heads up the action figure range, and he's saying this time we've jumped around a little. Again, we've delved back into the classic series to bring the collectors Time Lords, and not just any Time Lords. These are the Time Lords of old when they were still a mystery to fans in their second TV appearance. It was a delight to bring the Fourth Doctor in his Time Lord robes, the beguiling Chancellor Goth, as played by Bernard Horsfall, a true Doctor Who legend, and the Doctor's old schoolmaster, Cardinal Baruza, from the eternally fabulous Deadly Assassin story to the shelves. Then he actually clarifies something we mentioned on the last time we talked about these B&M figures, which was a very short time ago, and you can go back and look at it on the playlist if you want here on Who's Views. Then we skipped over the resurrection of the Daleks. Now, we were talking about that last time, weren't we? That they skipped over resurrection of the Daleks. So I'm glad he's cleared that up.
Because you know what you're like as a collector, they have a history of Daleks 10, 11, 12, and their numbers aren't correlating really with the chronology anymore. And that gets some people going.
Yeah. I'd like to see hello, we are live. So hello to everybody that's watching us. John is here. He's saying his wallet is being buried in the garden as he speaks. And I'd like to say hello to the Doc MD74. Nice to see you. Welcome to Who's Views. Looking forward to these sets. Now might be in store for my UK. Oh, so where are you? Let me know where you are, because if you're coming over for the pre-Christmas period as well, it's we'll have to help you try and find them. So what we see. Yes, so where was I? Al says, then we skipped over the resurrection of the Daleks, though we will inevitably cover that one. Hooray! And then we went straight to Remembrance to bring fans the iconic Black Dalek Supreme and Grey Drone. These have many updated features and stand out well. You can't beat a Remembrance Grey Dalek blasting its way around London. These flat grey chunky classic Daleks were so impressive in their last TV outing. And for set 2, we delved into the new series with the original Bronze Dalek from Dalek. Interestingly, the only one to feature the waistband in gold. The colour scheme on this Dalek is slightly different than the later ones, with less contrast between the gold and bronze. And then adding to the mix is Dalek Sec, the original, though not last, Black Dalek Supreme. The impact of the first Black Dalek for decades was so impressive at the time and just added to the feeling of menace that the new design conveyed. So thanks for that, Al. So let's have a look at this. I want to say hello to Dalek Supremo as well. That's joined us in the chat. It's the Light Dreams himself. It's Alex, who said we all mourn John's wallet. And he's also saying here, Resurrection is the set I've been waiting for, evidently having to wait a little longer. Well, we'll talk about that, Alex, as we go through this. So I want to start, first of all, with this one. Here we go. So this is History of the Daleks 15, Remembrance of the Daleks. Now, for me, this was interesting that they actually went straight to the Renegade Daleks, i.e. the grey ones again, because we've had a lot of grey ones. And I was so looking forward to the Imperial Daleks, you know, the white and the golds. I know they touched on that in the last set with the, you know, Revelation. But the Remembrance ones are different. So they're making me wait for that one as well, aren't they?
They are. I mean, we're going through the 50 Shades of Grey Daleks at the moment, aren't we? But and we want a few more cream ones. Yes, I agree with you, because I've only just started collecting from the last lot the cream ones. But now he's explained what he's doing, I think we can all calm down, knowing he isn't missing out Resurrection. But yeah, you know, it just seemed that the 70s we went very grey. We really did. And I mean, to me, out of those two, it's the black one. That black one is the one that spun at the end when Sylvester kicked off, didn't he? That was it.
Himself mad. Yeah.
So no, that one I like that one. The grey ones, yes, I remember patrolling the streets and being a little bit wobbly on the streets as well, and going past.
That's the cobbles. Let's blame that on the cobbles for you. The press release with Brendan says the next instalment for the History of the Dalek series includes a Supreme Dalek and a Grey Renegade Dalek from an episode that first aired in 1988. For Remembrance of the Daleks, the producer and the writing team sought to give the Daleks more credibility and menace. The story reveals two factions of Daleks fighting a civil war, the Grey Daleks, or Renegades, led by the Black Supreme Dalek, and the Imperial Dalek force led by the Emperor, who turns out to be you-know-who. Spoiler alert. Humanity is caught in the crossfire as both sides hunt their objective, which is an ancient Gallifreyan artifact known as the Hand of Omega throughout London. Actually, if you haven't seen that story yet, if you haven't seen Remembrance of the Daleks, we did a review of that a wee while ago. Go and have a look at Who's reviews on our playlist, because it's in there for you. But yeah, I mean, again, it's coming in this brand new packaging. It does look good in that packaging, and we both found as well that, as I said on the last show, this stood out on the shelves. We saw this lovely packaging.
Yes, and I think a lot of us realised in practice it did work, because I was doubtful. I mean, I love the packaging, but I was doubtful when you're in a massive B&M store and you're racing around because you're trying to do 20 stores in a day. So you're running, and I could see down one aisle in B&M, the biggest store which I will go to, and I could see it a mile off because I'd been there the night before. We've all done this, haven't we? You've been there the night before and you're thinking, am I really coming here at 8 in the morning again? But I could see the right packaging from a mile off, and it was the TARDIS one from the last lot, the Ultimate Adventure. So I thought, yes. And yeah, the packaging, believe it or not, it's a fancy trick, isn't it? It's white with a bit of blue, yet it stands out a mile.
It does really, but did you find? I mean, I think this must be the in thing, because when we're all in the B&Ms and we're looking for these, the logo helps. That classic, beautiful diamond logo from the days when we were kids. It's great to see it back. It looks gorgeous. It works well on this. It looks really, really well on this. But you know, a lot of the other packaging I noticed was white as well. The Harry Potter stuff, for example, was all in white boxes as well. There was another children's show I'm not aware of, can't remember it now, was in white as well. So it must be the latest sort of thing. Maybe the retailers or the manufacturers have realized you've got to have your product standing out now in a very competitive marketplace.
And it was fascinating because actually with the TARDIS ones that we all know were a bigger box, so to speak, a lot of the retailers actually they didn't even face the TARDIS out. They just had the white box. I mean, you were just rifling through going, I thought in one store, I thought I'd only found the Daleks boxes. And then when I was turning them, I thought that, you know, there was a whole load there. But on the Remembrance one, though, I think a lot of fans who are collectors, you know the story about the Remembrance one. Everybody's asking about the Emperor Dalek and will there be another showing of that? Because I know he wouldn't have done it in the history of the Daleks because it is actually the pure Daleks, so to speak.
Well, don't forget, there was that other range that has already started, which was the creator of the Daleks range. So that could be something that we've already had the Genesis Dalek with Davros. So that is the start of a series. We're not going to get it anytime yet, but I'm sure they haven't forgotten that. And I'm surely that is in the plans. So, you know, because we have to also remember that they are coming sort of towards the end of the history of the Daleks, really. So they're going to need something else to take over. And yes, of course, they'll have all the new series stuff. But, well, let us know what you think of these. What do you think of the packaging? What are you thinking of this particular one for Remembrance of the Doctor? Doc MD74 is saying, run for the colour codes. Yeah, exactly. Well, when you go into these places, you know, B&M is by far they come in different sizes, but the big ones are big and the shelves are packed with toys in the kids section, and you do go in as an adult and you're standing in the top of this toy aisle and you just go, oh my god, you know, you look at it and you do slightly get blinded by it all.
And I think we've all started staring at certain people who loiter in, and I mean we've all spotted a scalper. And, you know, you know, if you get more than one because you're getting for a mate, I mean, our little Who's Views club works here. I always have to say at the till, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's friends as well, because I don't want to be a scalper is just like almost the most evil thing to all us collectors. So you think, I'm not a scalper. And it's just, but honestly, I think we've all had
that on a t-shirt, didn't we? We're not scalpers.
Yeah, I went to one store near Newcastle Way, and the lady said, "Oh, we've got plenty. And of course, she was in charge of that section. So I thought, "Oh, well, brilliant." She said, "No, it's on the shelf, just around the corner." And I thought, "Fantastic! It's been a long day of driving." Yes. And she said, "They've all gone." And she said, "Honestly," and I talked to somebody on the till, and everybody's heard this one, or somebody took 6, and you thought, "Wow!" And it causes the panic. And I agree with you, JT. You get the hysteria slightly because you hear somebody's got one, you see a photograph, and then we all need to get one. But in the end, it pans out, doesn't it? It tends to.
It does pan out, yeah. And I always say to people, try not to, to panic on these things. You know, use your network of friends and what have you. Get your family out there to do it. You know, I always make sure that all my family have the pictures that we're showing you on the show right now, you know, so that they can go, when they are passing B&M, they can have a look at it and they can say, right, is this the one you want? Yes, buy 6, you know, because there's 6 of us or whatever. But no, it all works out in the end. But I'm really excited about these ones coming through. The Remembrance one, I do think Al, Dewar and Character Options are being very naughty, letting us wait. You naughty, naughty, naughty people, you're very, 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 very naughty. Because, you know, I do want them, I would like them in order, because they're not going to be in order on the boxes either. No. When you put them in, they're all going to be out of sync. As Doctor Who fans, we don't like that.
Do you think, like with the Planet of the Daleks one, they might be tempted to do with Resurrection, for example, one a blown up Dalek, you know, when you get the mutant element? You know, because
don't know, do you? You just don't know.
I understand he's missed one out and he's rushing through, but you think because he's trying to be different all the time with colours and all the rest of it. So you're thinking, oh, okay, is he trying? Anyway,
I mean, it's possible though, isn't it? I mean, I think we discussed that off air once, didn't we, as well, about having the mutant version from Resurrection if it were in there. We hadn't had one like that before. Yeah, we've had the printed one for the Planet of the Daleks B&M range. I suppose it's all down to cost at the end of the day and what they can do, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. But here we have it. It is coming to you very, very shortly. As we said in the press release there, the decisions are down to B&M as to when they go into the stores. And that's the other thing we've got to remember as well, because as soon as the fans find one, they start saying, oh, this is in the store, this is in the store. And then B&M increases the amount of people that go into the stores because we're all looking for it. But they do tend to get there eventually. So this is going to be History of the Daleks set 15, Remembrance of the Daleks. And it's going to be a recommended retail price of $24.99.
And that's why John's buried his wallet in the garden. But that's the Destiny one. They're very similar, aren't they? I mean, there's a little bit of difference. I think it's just the kind of the metallic grill around.
I think it's the tone as well, and the waist part, and yes. Probably even the gun as well. That's slightly different because they did look different. The Remembrance Daleks did look different, you know,
they did.
For the reasons that we mentioned there as well. We've got here, John is saying, he imagines yourself and me sneaking into B&M early hours of the morning with balaclavas on. Well, we are there at 8 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and the staff say morning. Yeah. And here we go. Alex is saying a destroyed Dalek would be brilliant, but it's a tall order. They do seem keen to keep to the existing molds. I expect the Resurrection set will be a grey Dalek and the Supreme Dalek.
Yeah,
very possibly, because the Supreme Dalek in that one was different as well, because he had the white globes, didn't he?
Yeah, the white. I mean, very distinctive. Yeah. I know we're all, because the Five Doctors Dalek, which I've got here, of course, that could have been the blown up version, but we decided to get that version. So I think we're all wanting a mutant one if we can. We appreciated the Planet of the Daleks kind of shout out to it, but I think we need one that's blown up. We do.
Well, I'm sure the army builders would love it as well, actually. So we just have to wait and see. But one thing about the Daleks is that we now know all this way into it. Well, of course, they keep on coming and keep on coming and keep on coming. So the second History of the Daleks that is on the way now is, because they're skipping the Remembrance of the Daleks, Imperial Daleks, and the Resurrection of the Dalek one now, we're actually up to the new series, believe it or not. And it's these that are coming next. So we've got History of the Daleks. And now this is interesting. History of the Daleks 16 and 17. New series Gold and Black Daleks. So this is 16 and 17 in the one box, featuring one Time War survivor Dalek and one Black Dalek. These Daleks herald back to the start of the new series in 2005. During 2004, the props department were challenged with coming up with a new Dalek design for the series. The feeling of those involved was that the Dalek needed updating to a more modern look. In the story Dalek, one surviving Dalek is kept in the underground bunker, as we know, and then Black Dalek Sec is one of a set of 4 Daleks to emerge from the Dementia ship on Earth in the Torchwood Research Facility. So here we go on this one then. So this is, I have to be honest, this is probably where the Character Options History of the Dalek set and I will part company, because I have got so many of these little buggers. So many of them from the original run. Some of them are still in their boxes. Some of them are out of their boxes. Some of them are, I've got too many. Yeah, the big, the larger ones and all sorts. I mean, I don't think I'll be getting these myself.
I mean, they were a delight at the time, but that's why we all ended up buying at the time. We were, it was a new color, the bronze Dalek and all the rest of it. Do you know one look, we're Doctor Who fans here, big time. That Dalek episode, I'd love to see a model of the Dalek before he revamped. You know, when he was looking a bit knackered and war weary. When he was still chained up, he looked fantastic then. That was like a real, battle worn Dalek.
Yeah, we've had similar things over the years because I've got loads of them. Loads of the gold ones here, like Doc MD74, because I was collecting them from 2005 onwards. And we've had various ones. We've had Daleks with mutant reveals. We've got genetic print Dalek there. We've got the the sets with the what's it called from Doomsday. There's literally. I mean, look at that one. It's got a little thing. I can't remember what they're called now because it's so long ago. So there's been various, but there's been scuffed down ones. There's been variants on them all. It's very hard to keep up with them. But I think what they're realizing here, and this could be possibly why this is now 16 and 17 in the one box, it's possible because they are aware that so many of us will have these bronze and black Dalek set type Daleks already. Because it is going into a little bit of a weird territory here now. Because what are they going to do? You know, what is going to be, you know, the whole. I mean, the new series Daleks, they didn't really change that much apart from the odd appendage.
No, you just had the victory of the Dalek Swan, the one
green one, yeah, which came out as well back in the day. I've got a little remote control version of the victory of the Dalek Swan because they even did little remote controls of this size. They're all over there.
I wonder. Look, we all like speculation as fans. I wonder if they had character options are hitting a key point. The new series is about to be upon us. We don't know what's in it. Obviously, they'll want to reflect the new series with character options material, like a new shooty, maybe a Beat the Meep.
Several shooties, probably.
yeah, and yeah, loads of action men. So the point is, if they only do two marketing opportunities a year to retail, 6 sets, they may be aware that they're not going to be able to do loads of history of the Daleks and other stuff because they'll want to reflect the new series as well. And so maybe they've just quickly got us to a point so that they can maybe focus a bit more on the new series, possibly,
Who knows? I just, as long as they get that Resurrection and the Imperial Daleks for Remembrance out, and I can finish that whole history of set very happy, and I will do. I can assure you. I just want those last 2, please, Mr. Dewar and character. That's all. Listen to this. Alex is saying, oh God, they might do some paradigms. I think that's going to happen. We had them out several times before. We've had all the colours before.
The Jelly Baby Daleks.
There's the original ones there. Do you remember them, everybody? Of course you do. We've got all those. I'm sure they'll come into this set. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee it if they're going to carry on with this. So let's have a look at that. Now, you wanted me to point out a little bit thing here. This is a little bit of detail from the Bronze Dalek. So let's have a look at that there. Was there anything you wanted to say about that?
Oh, no, there's nothing. It's just that they are reflecting the detail. Because as you know, when we get each Dalek set, particularly all the Doctor Who fans who are collecting say, oh, something wasn't quite right. It wasn't quite, but it is exactly what you expect from it. And, I like their little touches to detail. I love their little kind of, that little kind of little grid there that, there's a little bit of a logo.
Which is supposed to be their name, if I remember correctly. Or like whatever. Very odd for a Dalek. Okay, so we've got that one coming. So as we say there, that is going to be the next couple of History of the Daleks ones for you there. So of course we've got that one, which is History of the Daleks set 15, Remembrance of the Daleks, and then we move on to 16 and 17 there from new series Daleks as well. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to be buying them, what you think of all these. And we will move on to the third box that is coming out now. Now, this was one that we actually spoke about last time. This is one we knew that was coming. And I was quite surprised to find out what the contents were, because this is the Deadly Assassin. This is a set that consists of the Fourth Doctor, Chancellor Goth, and Lord Baruza. The blurb we've got here is exactly what I just said there. The figure trio features the Fourth Doctor in Time Lord robes, collar and skull cap, Chancellor Goth in his Pridonian Chancellery robes, and the claret-robed Cardinal Baruza, all iconic characters from the third serial of season 14. This was the only story, as you know, that the classic series of Doctor Who to feature the Doctor without a companion, and it saw the return of the Doctor's nemesis, the Master, but in a heavily decayed state at the end of his original regeneration cycle. The storyline sees the Doctor head to Gallifrey to answer the Time Lord's summons. So we've got all that one going on here. So this was an actual surprise for me. I wasn't expecting... I'll tell you what I was expecting in a Deadly Assassin set. I was expecting a Doctor, and I thought they might put him in the robes. I thought that was going to be it. But I was also expecting another version of the Decayed Master, because we've had him a couple of times. So I was expecting that. And then I was expecting a generic Time Lord, because the Time Lord in there, of course, we just show the picture there. The Time Lord on the left, that is now, he's been upgraded. He's been, what can I say? He's been promoted to Lord Baruza, because, of course, he originally came from this. Can you see this? Where he was just a Time Lord. Now, this was released as part of the 2008, 2007 to 2008 range. This was, of course, famous because of this. They labelled it incorrectly. He wasn't in Series 4. He was in Series 3. And they corrected it later on when they released this, the Series 3 figure set. So there he is in the middle. Again, just a Time Lord. So congratulations to this Time Lord to being promoted to being President Lord Bruiser. Isn't that good news? Well done him, I say.
It's done well. I mean, you were speculating about who could be in that set, and yeah, I think we we're all wondering whether there be another, decrepit master. I certainly wanted that, but if you can't do that, I mean, I have to say I do like this set. But when you do think of what you were thinking, I thought, would you get a white robed president? That's distinctive. Would you get one of the guards? Would you get the Castellan? Because I quite like when we had all those scenes in the Matrix, the area where they dealt with the Matrix. I quite like just seeing the Time Lords in slightly more normal dress, and I like the Castellan there. However, when you see those three lined up, I don't know what you thought, JT, but when you see the three lined up with their headdress and they're behind the plastic sheen of the actual packaging, it takes me so back to the Five Doctors and that.
Yeah, they're all trapped in their plastic there. Yeah. Let's look at that again. I'm not too sure. I mean, I like the chap in the left. I like the Lord Baruza model, but then I always did, because of, as you've just seen, I've got the original versions there. So it's a bit cheeky that they've decided to call him Baruza with a repaint. I don't know. I want to know what people watching think about this. I'm not too sure about the colours. I don't know. I mean, there's something about it. I mean, obviously, I'm going to get them to finish to finish the actual collection, or to add to the collection. But there is something about the costume there. I'm not too sure. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't quite hit me, and I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it'll be different when I see them in my grubby little protuberances.
I mean, look, we all know a lot of people do build armies of Daleks. I have to say, I could almost see a whole kind of, I could see a collection of Time Lords being collected so that you can actually do the presidential inauguration scene.
Well, you could actually have the High Council from Arc of Infinity, because all you have to do is change their heads and change the color of the costumes. Really, you could have Hedin, Thalia. You really could. You could go to town on that, really. But would we buy them? Probably, to be quite honest.
I'm just wondering if your slight discomfort with the visuals is because you've got two similar colours, and then you've got that, and maybe a white president or something.
They could have done the president, couldn't they? In this, I mean, it would have made sense to have had the Doctor, the President, and the Master, the Decayed Master. That would have made sense. Doc MD74 is telling us they all sought immortality and are now stuck behind plastic. Well, actually, that's the point there. If you can get the plastic off, Who viewers, for those of you that open these things and play with them, take the plastic off, and then you can build your own Five Doctor set around them. That's an idea. You could do that, couldn't you?
It's funny when you get a Deadly Assassin set, because in a way you can almost reenact the scene when the Master shrank people and in the little camera scoop, and you've now got the models, so you can actually do it now. But I want massive sets. So I was thinking of the camera operator. I think you could do a double whammy where you could have almost the doll that was in the camera scoop. Anyway, I was just really speculating. If I couldn't get the Master, I was thinking President, Castellan, a classic Time Lord guard. But we can't all be pleased all the time.
We can't, and they have gone for three important characters from the story. So that's one element. Who knows? They might do another one. Because I'm sure there'll be a lot of our fellow fans out there that never got the Decayed Master. He's been out a few times now. I think up 2, 3. But there will still be people that are looking for him. But maybe they're saving that for another set. Maybe there'll be a new version of the Keeper of Traken set. Who knows what's going to be happening now, as we've just been saying. But there we go. That's that one for you. It's the Deadly Assassin with the Fourth Doctor, Chancellor Goth, and Lord Baruza in.
And I love my Daleks, but that is striking. That is a very striking box.
Again, you're going to be able to see it. And because it's got the sort of Tom Baker iconic time tunnel effect on, because it's his title sequence blue, it does sort of match. I think they've had a bit of a thought there. I think they've decided to do that deliberately, because we now know that the packaging is going to be going between, I would say, blue and gold.
Yeah.
But I think you that will stand out on the shelves. We will be able to see that. We will be able to spot it. And of course, what this is going to do is this is going to add to the sets that have already been released that are out there. So this will be near the Colin Baker TARDIS one. It'll be near the 2 previous Dalek sets that are out there. So there's going to be an awful lot for people to put on their Christmas wish list. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, because the point is, I was looking at the streams as soon as these photographs came out, and there's people in the country and abroad. I'm not forgetting abroad, Australia, America, extra. I know it's difficult and it can be stressful when you're hearing everybody collecting those, but there's still people in Britain who haven't got the 3 from the previous.
Yes, they're still hitting the shelves. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I saw some fans going, oh, I haven't got the others yet. And now we've got more. And that fear of others being, moved out the way and all the rest of it. I get it. I totally get it.
I don't think they'll be moved out of the way. I think they'll be added to. It is Christmas. They're going to want to make as much money from toys as possible. The show will be back as well in a few weeks' time. In November 2023, we've got the Diamond Anniversary specials coming, so that'll be back as well. That's going to hopefully generate some interest as well. So people will go into B&M and say, oh, look, there's Doctor Who toys. For once, it seems like it's aligned. It seems like there's a perfect timing. We've also got, of course, character options, retail version of the 14th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver in various shops starting to hit now as well. So, there's quite a bit there. So it looks like, for once, this could actually work. It could actually tie in with something that's on the telly at the time.
Because how grandparents and parents think as they build up to Christmas. If they know their little kid kind of likes Doctor Who or has just discovered Doctor Who with the new anniversary specials, and hold on, there's these on the shelf. And it just dovetails perfectly. Yeah. We've always got to be ready for those who join our journey, the one we've been on for a long, long time, the newbies.
Absolutely. And the other brilliant thing about that as well, I want to say a huge congratulations to many of the B&M stores, because the staff were brilliant, especially the ones we all met. They were really, really good. But some of them were very, very, very creative. And I don't know if this came from a head office direction, but a lot of them had them on, all the toys on drops on the end aisle.
Yeah.
If you go up the toy aisle and you go, oh, they're not in. Always ask a member of staff, because I did that in one particular store, and she said, oh yeah, they're all here, coming this way. And she took me around the way and up another aisle, and there they all were at the very end of one of the aisles. The entire drop was just Doctor Who, including some of the previous wave that had come out as well. The Eccleston, the Tennant, the 13th Doctor ones, they were in there as well. And it looked packed. It looked really good with all this stuff. So hopefully they'll continue to do that for this new set, put them all together, and then it's a really good Christmas point of sale as well, where the parents, the grandparents, and more interesting, the children will all go, I want that, I want that, I want that. Fantastic.
Or even check homewares section, because that's where I was finding some people, as you know, hiding the TARDIS box in another section to be collected.
Oh, bless. So that somebody can come and collect them. Yeah. Bless.
But JP, is it a good time for us to say, we're trying to make these programs as fast as possible, but please like and subscribe if you really love this, because we're trying to get this material out as fast as we can to please everybody and get everyone talking.
Yeah, we're not going to bust the gut though. If we're all busy doing something, it just happened that the two of us happen to be available this afternoon, but we're here, and if you're new to the channel, and we do have a lot of playlists for you as well, so have a look at our playlist. We've got our reviews, we've got Merchandise Paradise, where you're looking at now, we've got our Sunday breakfast discussion show, which is once a month. We've got interviews with various people from the Doctor Who universe, or the Whoniverse as we know it now, who are actually producing some of the merchandise. There's lots there for you. We've even got visitations that we've just started as well, where we're visiting various places. It's just have a look, and please do like and subscribe to us. So there we go. That has been our Merchandise Paradise supplement for October 2023. A couple of days after the last one, where I told you about all the stuff that is available to pre-order and that is coming now. And now we've got this one for you as well. Brendan, thank you so much for joining me. Really, really good to have a chat with you there. We are looking forward to once again traveling around the B&M stores. Here we go.
We'll have to ask all the viewers who drives the most, because I was doing a few 200-mile journey sometimes to just get one set. So I think we should ask everybody what's the record that they've done to find their sets.
Absolutely. And if you want to keep in touch with everybody on this, we've set up a Facebook page. It's Who's Views. Come and join the Who's Views page, where we will be trying to get everybody to tell us where they've seen the various P&M ranges as well, in case there's anybody in their area. We're wanting to build up this Who's Views network where we can all share. That's there. Do you want one? Do you want? We're trying to do that. So come and join us on the Facebook page as well. But please don't forget
Twitter, Twitter
don't please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Do subscribe to us. Have a look at the playlist. Thank you for joining us. Put your comments down in the comment section down below, and we will see you next time on the channel with some of our regular programming, as they used to say back in the day. So until then, Brendan, thank you very much for joining me.
I'm getting ready to get in the car. Here we go again.
I'm going to save it for a few days. I'll be starting to go out in the next couple of weeks. Oh, and don't forget, November 2023 is the big Diamond Anniversary month. Please do join us for that. We've got a lot of content coming your way, and hopefully you'll be able to join us live for all the stuff we'll be coming to you. Until we see you again next time, thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
See ya.